Marguerite, what are you doing now?
I am going to fix the ceiling where we had the leak,
Oh.
which you fixed the actual problem by cleaning up the debris that was on the roof.
Uh-oh.
We need light. So you fixed the debris buildup that caused the leak in the first place from the roof, patched the roof. And now we have to recreate the texture knockdown, for whatever reason, that the builders like to do on the ceilings. And I bought, hopefully, the right tools now. So I have a knockdown sponge and a knockdown paddle. So if you saw our video previously, we were kind of jerry-rigging it, and it turned out okay. But now I want to see how the tools are, and I could have used a smaller putty knife to mix this, but that's okay. Now we're going to see what it's like to use the professional tools to actually get the job done. So, let's see. Spread this on the sponge. And let's see how we do. And I probably shouldn't be wearing glasses.
Oh, I see what you do. So you sort of leave it hanging, I think, and then you brush it with your other tool, right?
Yes.
Okay, now this actually makes sense. Makes a lot of sense, actually. Never did this kind of work. This is all new to me also.
So not only do you do, but you kind of feather it out to blend in.
So you press and you put it on the sponge, you press to make this hanging icicle look, and then you're gonna do something else, right?
Yeah, I mean, originally, what the builders do is they have what's called a hopper, and they just throw this stuff in the hopper and they just shoot it up.
A little easier, but now that you gotta do like a patchwork, you gotta do it differently then.
Yeah. All right.
But there is technique to it, as you can see. It's also gonna need a primer afterwards, get the stain color away.
All right, so we're gonna let this kind of dry for 15 minutes. Maybe I'll put a little more.
Okay.
And then we're going to knock it down with a knockdown paddle.
Interesting.
I needed a smaller knife, but you know what? We make do with what we have around here.
Yeah.
Did I catch it all? Is now the question. Okay. All right. I think we're done with the sponge. We're gonna give this 15 minutes.
What are you gonna do with that big paddle?
Well, I bought it primarily to hit you when you're not actually, yes, paddle your butt when you are not taking class with Christine. She's going to fitness everybody, but no. Seriously, this is called the knockdown paddle, and this is what the quote-unquote professionals use, so I wanted to see if there is a difference between how we jerry-rigged in the kitchen using our putty knife versus this, which is way more flexible.
Yes, that's okay. All right.
So it's been 15 minutes. Let's
Excuse me.
And I've got my glasses on just in case anything comes down. And basically, you just do it in light strokes. And as you can see, it is coming down. And I think because it's just so hot in the garage.
Oh yeah, it's flattening it out though too. It's in that flat appearance now.
So that it just blends in better.
Yeah, it actually is working. It takes a lot of threads.
I'm sure the professionals do it in one fell swoop, but we're not professionals, we're DIY folks. And this is the first time I'm using it, so
Yeah, practice will make perfect.
you're getting
right?
used to it.
What better place to practice than in the garage? Then you perfect your skills in case you need it in the living room, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it actually is coming out really good. It looks close to original. Actually, it does work. You know, it's funny sometimes when you look at a tool and you say, well, how in the world is this even gonna work? But then you see how it flexes, it helps flatten it.
Yeah.
It really does work well, I have to say. That's why I'm a firm believer of tools. I do go out and buy tools because it does make life easier. You know, and can't stress enough, always look on different videos on YouTube. You know, you can always learn from everybody. You don't have to just learn from one person all the time too. You know, I constantly pick up tricks from other fellow YouTubers out there. We try to spread our knowledge too. So.
You know what? I think that's fine.
Yeah.
And I think when we are ready to paint, it's going to be blended in, no one's going to know the difference.
And look at Marguerite wearing our safety gear. She has her goggles on.
Right?
Good
How does that
flashlight.
look?
I think it really
That
came out
blends
good.
in, right?
That looks absolutely
Yeah, that
perfect.
totally blends in.
Now it looks good.
All right.
All right.
So it's ready for paint.
Now next we're gonna hit it with a primer. We're gonna take away the stain. So it's got a stain from the roof leak. We're gonna take care of that.
But you want to know something? I'd rather wait for a really, really, really good rain to make sure that we fix the problem, and then
Okay.
we can prime and paint because
That-
it's the garage. Who cares?
No, it's fine. Yep.
All right.
Okay.